Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Style by Veradoo. In this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to make this beautiful gathered dress you're seeing on your screen. So this is my pattern paper. So on top of my pattern paper, I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder divided by 2 plus extra 1 inch because as you can see in the thumbnail, the sleeve extended outside our shoulders. I also marked 3 inches for my neck width and 3 inches for my neck depth. I'll go ahead and connect the both lines with my French curve. Then from the shoulder, I also went down by 1 inch and marked my shoulder slope. After doing that, I'll go ahead and take my other body measurement. From my shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches. I marked it. Under bust is 12 inches. I marked it as well. And then my half cut is 16 inches. I'll mark it at several points. I also went ahead to mark from my waist to my hip, which is 9 inches. That makes it 25 inches in total. I also mark that at different points. I'll use my ruler and mark all the points together. After your hip line, also mark 2 extra inches at the ending of your paper. You'll understand later. I also went up from my bust point by 2 inches and marked my chest line. Then I went ahead to mark a straight line. I'll go ahead and label my lines: chest line, bust point, under bust point, my half cut, and then my hip line. I didn't label the extra 2 inches, but I'll do that later. On my chest line, I went ahead to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus the extra 1 inch for the sleeves. I'll connect it to my shoulder slope. After that, I'll divide my shoulder measurements by 2. I'll make a mark. I'll go in by half an inch. I'll also mark my bust measurement divided by 4 on my chest line plus 1 inch for stitching allowance. I'll go ahead and draw my armhole. I'll then label the 2 inches I asked you to leave after your hip line. After doing that, I'll go ahead and draw out my body measurements. My bust divided by 4, which is 8 and quarter plus 1 inch stitching allowance. I didn't add a dart to this dress because the fabric I use is a bit stretchy, so it's going to hug me automatically. There is no need for a dart. I also went ahead to mark my hip divided by 4 plus sewing allowance. I did the same thing on the extra 2 inches we left earlier. I'll use my ruler and connect all the points together. I'll go ahead and add extra 2 inches for ease on the hip line. If you look at the inspiration on the thumbnail, the dress is a bit free on the hip, it's not that tight. So I'll add the 2 inches for ease on the hip line and I'll connect it to the waist. From the hip line, I'll go up by 1.5 inch, because if you look at the dress in the thumbnail, the front is a bit curvy, it's not straight. Then I'll use my French curve and curve it to the midpoint of the dress. That's the center front of the dress. That's all for the drafting of the front pattern. I'll go ahead and cut it out with my scissors. Watch carefully to see where I'm cutting so you don't make mistakes. On the armhole here, I won't cut the curvy part of it. I'll follow the straight line because the armhole on the inspiration is not curvy, it's straight. So just look at what I'm doing. Follow the straight line instead of the curvy part of the armhole. If you have watched up to this point and you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly do that and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to notice each time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to like my video, share with your friends and loved ones, and comment your opinions in the comment section. I'll definitely reply. Thank you for watching so far. So this is what my front pattern looks like after cutting it out. While cutting it on fabric, make sure you cut it on fold. I'll place it one side and then I'll introduce another pattern paper for my back pattern. I'll go ahead and mark 1 inch for zipper allowance. You can mark 1.5 inch or 2 inches depending on what you want, but I want just 1 inch. I'll connect the points together. I'll then label it the zipper allowance. Make sure you take your body measurements after the zipper allowance. I'll then introduce my front pattern paper because there's no difference in the measurement, it's just the neckline and the zipper allowance for the back pattern. I'll pin down the front pattern to the back pattern. I'll then measure my back neckline, which is just 1.5 inch, but the width should be the same with that of the front pattern. If not, they will not match when you're sewing them together. I'll go ahead and cut out the back pattern following the same measurement as the front pattern. So guys, I've been thinking of starting a WhatsApp group where I can add all my subscribers there or anyone who is interested in learning fashion, where everyone can support each other, ask questions. If you need clarity on anything, you ask in the group and we'll help each other. It's strictly for fashion designers or anyone interested in learning how to make clothes. Even if you're not a tailor or a fashion designer yet, but you love fashion and you're thinking of learning how to sew, you can join the WhatsApp group. I need your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Should I go ahead? What do you think, guys? After cutting it out, I'll go ahead and remove the front pattern and work on the back pattern on the zipper allowance. So in order to eliminate zipper bulge, I'll draw out my waistline. Then on the upper part of my waistline, I'll go up by 1 inch and make a point there. On the down part, I'll go down by quarter of an inch and mark the points to the waist, to the side of the waist actually. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. I'll go ahead and align the waistline together and tape it down with my masking tape. You can use pin if you want to. And that's all for our back pattern. I'll go ahead and cut it on fabric now. So for the fabrics, I'm using crepe fabrics. The yellow material is about 2 yards and the black is just 1 yard. If you're on the bigger side, you can use maybe 1.5 or 2 yards. But this is what I was saying about the fabric. It's a bit stretchy, so I didn't bother adding dots to the pattern I drafted. So after cutting on fabric, you go ahead and place the back piece and the front piece together, right sides facing each other. Then you take it to the machine and stitch them on the shoulders. After joining the shoulders, you go ahead and measure round your neckline. That's to help you get the measurement for the piece of fabric you use in piping the neckline. When I took my measurement, I got 22 inches, but I'll cut 23 inches in case. You do the same thing for your armhole. You measure around your armhole. Mine was 17 inches, but you cut a longer piece of fabric. So for the piece of fabric I'll use in piping the neckline and the armhole, I cut the same measurement I got plus extra inches just in case. Then the width of the fabric is about 1.5 inches or 2 inches, depends on how big you want it to be. I wanted mine to be smaller. So let me show you how you pipe the neckline. When you take it to the machine, it's either you just place it right sides facing each other with the fabric, then stitch it together and flip it over like a bias and sew, or you can fold it the way I'm doing it in a bias form, then take your neckline and put it in between the fabric that you folded. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing, but watch carefully. See, you put your fabric in between. I'm so sorry guys, I didn't notice this part was not recording until I was done. But if you don't understand this part, just indicate in the comment section and I'll drop a short video on how to pipe this neckline. I'm so sorry guys. But this is how it looks like after piping the neckline and the armhole. So what I'm going to do now is I'll place it right sides facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and join the sides. I'll also make a temporary stitch on the zipper area because you know we're going to lose it later to attach the zip. What it looks like after stitching the both sides together and holding the zipper area. What I'll be doing next is to determine the length of my gown. I want my gown to be 30 inches long. The upper part of my dress from my neckline to my hip measurement is 25 inches. That means The longer part of the gathers would be 10 inches, exactly 10 inches, that is 30 inches altogether. I don't know if you understand me. If you want your dress to be 35 inches long and the upper part of your dress, the black material is already 25 inches, then your gather strip, the longest part, would be 10 inches, but I cut 12 inches. 1 inch for the gathers and the joining of the gathers to the dress, and the other 1 inch is for the hemming of my dress. I wanted to use this blue material and the yellow material together, but at the end of the day, I used only the yellow material because I didn't really like the combo. So for the shorter part of the gathers, I cut 8 inches. That's 1 inch for sewing and the other inch for hemming. So I already went ahead to attach my gathers to my dress off camera. It was taking too much time. I didn't want the video to be too long. But if you don't know how to make a gathers, please indicate. Let me make a video on how to make gathers. I did the same thing for the second gathers and I attached it on top of the first gathers. So since I did it off camera, let me run you guys through how I made it. I placed the second gathers right sides facing each other with the dress. I made a long stitch and then I flipped it over to meet the first gathers. I also went ahead to attach my zipper. So this is the outcome of the dress we just made. I'm yet to iron it. Let me iron it, wear it to my mannequin and show you guys. And this is the finished look of the dress. If you watched up to this extent, kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos with your family and loved ones, and comment your opinions or what you would like me to make next in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching my videos. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.